guys, and welcome back. My name's Stuart Carter-Smith, and this is the second 9 of the round I played at the Montgomerie course at Celtic Manor. It's a lovely hole, dogleg from right to left. You've got to pick your spot really well. We want to go over the top of those trees with a slight draw. Unfortunately, I have put no draw on that and hit it just through the fairway, so kind of got away with it. I'm just short of the path down there. Here we go, there's the flag position. Got 175 off a downslope. Not the greatest of lies, but I've picked a 7-iron just so I can cover that water. I've got a feeling it's going to fly kind of pretty long, so I'm going to just try and get it somewhere near the middle of the green and get through this hole with a par. It's not all systems go here at all. So I've hit a pretty good swing on that, just drawn off the edge, which I expected it to because the ball was above my feet a little bit there. And that has gone to the back of the green, which has left me a huge putt, which is not exactly what I wanted, but I'm still thinking I should be able to roll it down somewhere handy and try and tidy up for a par, which I'll be really happy with. So I hit my first putt, and it's over the top of a big brown. I've left myself this horrendous par putt. I mean, that was a 50-foot putt. It's a huge green. But luckily, on this instance, I tidied that up okay, so we're +1, and we're on to the 11th, which is a lovely par 4, just round the corner to the right. I'm trying to play for a position, see if I can get a straight one here. We've got bunkers up the right and a couple of trees up the left, but I'm really happy with that. I know it's just going to leave me a wedge in, so that's all good for me so far. And here we are, yeah, 115 with a wedge. It's a long sort of kidney-shaped green. There's the flag. I want to try and just keep it as straight as possibly can. With a wedge, I don't have to be concerned too much with strike. And I've hit a pretty good shot there. Expecting to get down there somewhere near. And actually, it turned out not as close as what I hoped. But still kind of settling in at the moment. Just trying to keep the ship going. And I got this one for par, see if we can tidy this one up. That's a pretty straight putt, so I'm happy with getting through those first two with 2 pars, still 1 over. This is a lovely hole from left to right. We want just a soft fade or a draw into the slope, but making sure we don't hit it to the right where you can see those trees on the right there. And luckily I managed to get that one down the funnel. Hit a pretty good shot there. We're in the middle of the fairway. This is all systems go now. 171. 6-iron. There's a big drop. I've not really played much on this course before. I think I played it once before, and I drilled this 6-iron in there, and I'm thinking it's all over it. Really pleased with myself and licking my chops, only to find that it's flown at least 20 or 30 yards through the back of the green. So I've got 37. I want to float this one up. This is a risky shot, but I had to go for it. I had no other plan. I couldn't really bounce it in low, and so I had to play the lob shot, and played a really good shot there. Just left it below the hole, and that's a good up and down. This is a nice short par 4. Got bunkers down the right we can hit off. The bunker on the left is about 220 to carry, so that's no problem. But we want to keep it down towards the right. That one has leaked off to the right a bit. I was hoping for a little bit of a draw there to use the slope to get a few extra yards, but here we've got 141. This is tricky. It's into the wind now, and it's quite a breeze, so I'm just trying to hold it down. You'll see me just try and stay with it and try and get it down towards the centre of the green, but that's been taken with the wind, and we're down into another pretty nasty shot, 22 yards. So I've picked a 60 to try and float it up. I played what I thought was a pretty good shot there, but it ran and left me this putt, which is a bit of a long one for par, but the putter is starting to warm up, so I've got away with another one. I'm playing with Matt Edwards, so he's witnessing all this, and he had a bit of a laugh at that one. This is 175, 4 unselected. It's just straight up there. You just want to make sure you can cover that first bunker. The other ones, we've got 3 bunkers around the green, which you've got to be careful of. Hit a really good shot there, just drawn it off the right side. Left myself with this putt for birdie, and that wasn't to be. It's funny, isn't it? You kind of knock them in for par, and then suddenly you get a really makeable one for birdie and go and miss it. This is another par 3. It's interesting, this course. It's kind of a lot of mid-iron shots, considering it's not a particularly long course. So this one again, we just want to carry those front two bunkers, and I sort of fan it out to the right there, trying to keep it as low as possible, and ended up with this what looks a little bit of an awkward shot, but to be honest with you, there's a lot of green between the bunker and the pin. I knew that if I could just hit a half decent strike, where I'm pretty confident of doing, it should run out relatively close. If I slightly fat it, it's going to run out. If I nip it like I did there, it flies up a bit further. Because I struck it well, it will check up. And so I left myself with this par putt. It's another long par putt. But it was a half decent chip shot, actually. It looks a little bit longer than it actually was. Just snuck that one in the side door. So well happy with that, just keeping the round going. Not exactly fireworks, but we're still +1, and it's all pretty steady stuff. This one is a really tricky tee shot. As you can see, we've got a funnel to hit down. If you pull it too far left, it's gone. If you hit it right, it's gone. And it's a fairly long hole as well, so I hit a pretty good tee shot, but I did fan out to the right just a little bit, which lost some yardage.
It's alright, isn't it? It's alright, just landed.
I was unsure where it actually landed, but we're okay here. Now that's not 1,748 yards, that's a typo. So it's 178. Hit a really nice shot in here. This is the shot of the day so far, because the pin's near the back, and that was it's a pretty nice shot. This camera lens does make it look like much further away. This was quite a makeable birdie putt from about 20 foot. And a bit disappointed to just leave that on the low side, but starting to get into this back nine now. At least I'm starting to hit some greens. This is a short par 4, so I just want to nudge it up there, because you can go for the green, but in this instance, with the wind the way it was, and not really known the course particularly well, I thought I'd just sort of hit a low stinger 4-iron up there, which has left me 78 in. Kind of wanted around the 100-yard mark, but unfortunately this was 78 yards, which is kind of just a bit of a strange yardage for me, because it's not quite one or the other. I hit that one quite well, and I thought I kind of hit it up near the pin, but left me in this bunker here. And we're raking placing, so I've got a perfect lie, and I float that one out. And what we can't see, unfortunately, is that one went in. So I picked up a little sneaky birdie and onto the 18th, where we want to try and hit a half decent shot. I really want to go a bit left of that marker there that you can see, but I hit it on that with a touch of fade, which I didn't realise today can run through the fairway and can block you out. So I was fairly happy with the shot, and I got down, and now I've got no shot really, because this is not a very nice lie, and I've just got some leaves there. All I want to do is keep it low and get a strike on it, and I kept it low, hit the tree, and it came out nightmare. So now I'm thinking, let's just try and not implode this score, because a double can get you quick, because this green is a bit sneaky. 91 yards. Hit it out there, just missed the telephone wires, or whatever those wires are, the cables, and I got up to here. Again, this is about 20 foot, so it's not quite as massive as what it looks, but I just want to try and get 2 putts and get out of there with just snuck that one in. So that was a bogey putt, bogey on the last, which is always disappointing to kind of finish your round with a bogey, but to be honest, I got away with quite a lot of stuff there. I held some nice putts. That could have been 4 shots worse, and from what I could see, not a lot better. So I did enjoy that. It was a good round. I think it was the second time I've played that Montgomerie course, so +1. Pretty happy with. It's okay. I feel like it's early on, very early on in the season, because we haven't played at all. Quite a windy day. The course is interesting because on paper it looks really quite scoreable, but you do end up with an awful lot of iron shots. Like there's a lot of par 3s that are sort of 178 to 200 yards, so they're always the ones that niggle you. You know, they're kind of, you've always got to be hitting good mid-iron shots. For myself, I'm used to hitting like around the 400 yard par 4 mark, let's just say. I'm used to hitting sort of drive wedges, so it's a lot of wedges and scoring. But when you get a course with a lot of par 3s, although it looks short on paper, it means you're hitting into par 3s all the time with kind of half decent clubs. Like there, I was hitting 7 irons right down to 4 irons. I would never ordinarily have that into a par 4 because you get a head start as a better player off the tee, you know, hitting driver. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, consider subscribing if you haven't already, and drop me a comment below if you've played Celtic or any of the 3 courses, and let me know what you think of them. I've got another couple of rounds coming up at Celtic for you to enjoy, so look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks again, guys. See ya.